Hello, welcome to GeoBiz. We're here at Latin America Geospatial Forum. We have Alvaro Monett, Executive Secretary of the Spatial Data Infrastructure of Chile. So, Alvaro, nice talking to you. Can you tell us about the spatial data infrastructure activities in Chile?
The national SDI is now settled in the Ministry of National Property in Chile. The Ministry of National Property is the ministry that administrates the land of the state, or the state land, and within its mission has the coordination of the national SDI. Now, the national SDI is basically a national model for the management of geospatial information. It is composed by many different organizations. The idea is the national SDI is the integration of everyone that generate and use geospatial information.
So, how successful has the spatial data infrastructure been in Chile? How willing the organizations are to share their data?
We are in a process right now. I think that considering this last 5 or 6 years, we have been improving. Every one of the organizations, they are the awareness about the benefits of geospatial information for supporting public policies and for decision making is important. So in every one of the ministries, they are implementing solutions for generating and for managing geospatial information, and they are effectively using for different objectives. In our country, one important issue has to do with the natural disasters. And for natural disaster, we as SDI are also collaborating by means of putting a coordination of different bodies for supporting the emergency management and the disaster management with geospatial data. And from the point of view of the legal framework, we are now supported by a supreme decree, but we are working in a project of law. We are working in a law so that this legal framework is stronger, and the responsibilities and the duties of everyone are best defined.
Yes, and IT is representing Chile in the UN GGI Americas as well. Yes. So you are the Vice President of UN GGI Americas. So how are you furthering your experience and learnings in Chile in UN GGI Americas?
Our participation in UN GGI Americas has a story, because before the UN GGI Americas program, there was an organization, a regional organization called the PC IDEA, the Permanent Committee for Geospatial Data Infrastructure for the Americas. And this organization from 2013 became in the UN GGI Americas. So we had some roles and responsibilities in PC IDEA that remained in time, and we are now, as you say, with the role of the vice president of this organization. And we also coordinate a working group. The working group is called the SDI Promotion and Assessment. And the main goal is to support the process on the different countries from the point of view of the sharing best practices, by fostering the institutional framework and promoting the capacities, and also assessing what is the progress of the different countries in the individual processes of the spatial data infrastructure. So we have a working plan that it is focused in one side at the institutional aspects of the SDI. So what is the structure, the organizational chart, and the legal and policy and plan framework of every country. The idea is to collect this information and share among the different countries, so that those that in a more initial stage of the SDI are able to learn from other experiences and grow. That's the idea. The other one has to do with the collaboration between the organization that are leading the geospatial information management, for example, the mapping agencies, and what is the relation with the bodies that are in charge of SDI. So in that issue, that there is also an opportunity to learn and share best practices. And the third one has to do with monitoring the progress, and there the idea is to build indicators that allow to measure what is the level of the SDI process in every country according to different components: the human resources, technology, standards, capacity building, legal framework, and funding, for example. So the idea is to have these indicators in order to measure how everyone advances in this process.
Under all the parameters that you have said, whether it is the standards, whether it is the legal framework, whether funding, all these aspects, how satisfied are you and the progress of spatial data infrastructures in this region?
In the region that we have done different surveys each 2 years approx. We did a survey on 2011, other survey on 2013, and the survey this year, a kind of diagnosis. And we are always putting the focus in the same issues. So we are happy that in many aspects the SDI in the regions are advancing in the both standards. I don't know, today we have from a sample of 25 countries, we have 18 with an SDI implemented and only 7 without SDI. From this universe of countries with SDI, almost the 90% has a legal framework supporting. So I think that this is a process, obviously, but we are happy that we are able to observe some progresses in the country.
Okay. Are there any measures taken by the UN GGI Americas to quicken this process?
It's very important to promote the collaboration among the countries. And other important issue is to establish a link with other regional initiatives. So in the Americas, we also have the work of the PAIT, that is the Pan American Institute for Geography and History. We also have the CIRGAS, that is an organization that has to do with the geodetic reference system. And we also have other program that is called GeoSur. GeoSur has to do with the implementation of a geoportal for delivering the geospatial information in different topics. So one of the keys in order to maybe to make this process quicker is to promote the integration, and the integration from the regional to global as well, because UN GGI has the global level, the committee of experts cover all the world, and we are the regional expression. So there has to be a communication and a link, a coordination from regional to global, and from regional to the different countries, regional to local.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Alvaro. I wish you all the best in your endeavors in furthering the cause of spatial data infrastructure in the region.
Yeah, thank you very much.